going pretty successfully. What's up next?
Um, what's up next is we're probably going to record another album and put it out and do the same thing all over again. You know, I guess to answer your question before that you never got to answer, I never answered. There's really nothing different about Uncle Tupelo. I mean, except that we actually got a record out. I mean, somehow we managed to get a record out. So good for us, you know. And
Pretty good record. Come on, give yourselves a break. I know people that can listen to Uncle Tupelo's album and say, yeah, I can identify with that, and they've got places to go and they got things to accomplish. Does it feel like that from you, from the rest of the band?
well,
Are you growing?
I don't feel like doing anything else. So, I mean, would you?
I think what's neat about Uncle Tupelo is that they made an identity for themselves and they stuck with the Belleville, Illinois, instead of like St. Louis band. Was that a choice that you consciously made, or did it just, seem natural to say, hey, we're from Belleville, we work around St. Louis, but we're really from Belleville, Illinois?
Well, our first instinct has always been when somebody asks you where you're from. I've lived in Belleville, Illinois for 23 years. I say Belleville, Illinois. I mean, we maybe have only played there a handful of times, but that's where we're from. Does that have anything, I mean, I guess, like, if there are bands in St. Louis that could say we're from Webster Groves or they're from Clayton or whatever, but we've always felt really separate from St. Louis. When I was a little kid, going to St. Louis was like going to Mars, all right? I've grown up with, like, it being a really far place to go.
St. Louis is like always the big city.
Yeah, it was like a big city, and even though it's only like a half hour away, I mean, there's people like that all over. You go to Brooklyn, there's people that have never been out of their neighborhood, and like my mom and dad, like my mom comes to see us play when we play, and like my dad will be like, "You're going all the way over to St. Louis? Like, gosh darn it, you ain't going over there. Damn it, you ain't going over there."
It's a big city.
It's a big, be careful where you park the car. It's all like crap. But no, it's always been real. It's like, what the, we're from Belleville.